भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। तव नाम स्मरणं मम जीवनम् तव नाम स्मरणं मम जीवनम् तव नाम श्रवणं परमानन्दम् तव नाम स्मरणं मम जीवनम् तव नाम श्रवणं परमानन्दम् तव रूपग्रहणं भवहरणम् तव पादसेवनं मम रक्षकम् तव रूपग्रहणं भवहरणम् तव पादसेवनं मम रक्षकम् ब्रह्मानन्दं स्वामी नामम् नेत्रानन्दं स्वामी रूपम् नित्यानन्दं स्वामी गीतम् हृदयानन्दं स्वामी बोधम् आत्मानन्दं स्वामी ध्यानम् आनन्दं परमानन्दम् स्वामी सेवनमानन्दम् आनन्दं परमानन्दम् स्वामी सेवनमानन्दम् സദ്ഗുരുനാഥ മമ ഗുരുനാഥ മനമോഹനാംഗരാമ മനമോഹനശ്യാമ മനമോഹനാംഗരാമ മനമോഹനശ്യാമ പ്രേമ സുഗുണരാമ പ്രേമ സുഗുണരാമ വൈദേഹി ഹൃദയ സദാരമ മനമോഹനാംഗരാമ മനമോഹനശ്യാമ ദിനകരകുലധീരാ രാജസേവിതാ ശ്രീകരാ ദിനകരകുലധീരാ രാജസേവിതാ ശ്രീകരാ ജനഗണമന്ദാരാ ജനഗണമന്ദാരാ സജ്ജന ഹൃദയ വിഹാര മനമോഹനാംഗരാമ മനമോഹനശ്യാമ श्रीराम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय जय राम श्रीराम Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 Atulita baladhamam hema shailabhadeham danujavana prashanam dhaniram agraganyam sakala gunanidhanam vanaranam Raghupati priya bhaktam vatajatam namami. Raghupati priya bhaktam vatajatam namami. So we have seen Hanumanji goes to Ashoka Vatika, gives the message of Bhagavan, assures her, assures Sita Mata that Bhagavan will soon come. Now that we know where you are, Bhagavan will very soon come and bring you back. So once his job was over, he went to the other side of Ashoka Vatika and started. First of all, he satiated his hunger by eating fruits, etc. Then he started breaking the branches and uprooting the trees. The guards there came to catch him. He smashed them, killed them. Some of them he allowed half alive. They all went and informed Ravana. Ravana sends another big army. That army was also defeated single-handedly. Then Ravana's son Akshay Kumar comes. He was killed. And finally Ravana sends Meghanath. So there was this fight. Finally, Hanumanji allows himself to be tied down so that he can have direct conversation with Ravana. Hanumanji was brought to the court. Ravana's question was, "Who are you?" So Hanumanji was absolutely fearless. Even though he was in front of the conqueror of three worlds, there was absolutely fear in the heart of Hanuman. So what was his answer when he was told, "Who are you?" So Hanumanji said, "That Supreme Lord who created infinite cosmos with the power of his Maya. That Lord who empowers Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara in creation and sustenance. instruction. That Lord who empowers Adishesha in carrying the burden of the earth. That Lord who takes avatar in order to protect the virtuous and to punish the wicked people like you. That Lord who broke Shiva Dhanush and thus crushed the egos of all the arrogant kings assembled there. That Lord who killed monsters like Khara, Dushana, Vali, Trisha, etc. That Lord, because of whose fraction of power you have become the conqueror of the three worlds. And that Lord whose wife you stole, I am the messenger of that Lord. And finally Hanumanji says, Ravana, it is all because of your arrogance, abhimana, this ego in us, this arrogance in us is the source of all evil, is the source of all sufferings, is the source of all delusion. So give up this abhimana, surrender unto Bhagavan, he will accept you. But if you remain hostile, even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara cannot protect you. So Hanumanji's advice was very peaceful, loving. So what was the reaction of Ravana? He said, oh, we are so blessed to have a monkey as our guru. He made fun of him. You are talking too much, so therefore that itself is a proof that you are going to die. Who is there? Kill this monkey. But then Vibhishana interfered and said, no, a Duta should not be harmed. Should not be killed. So then Ravana suggested this technique. What is this? Wrap the tail and set fire. That was done. All the Lankavasis celebrated the event. Some of them kicked Hanumanji, some of them spat on him, made fun of him. All those things happened. Hanumanji was silent. And finally, when the fire was fully set, raging, blazing fire, Hanumanji becomes small, loosens himself from all bondages, leaps directly upon the terrace of the palace and starts jumping from one palace to another. Very soon the entire Lanka was burning. Nobody knew what to do. They felt that this is not an ordinary monkey, it's Devata only. Anyway, once everything was burned, Hanumanji came to the ocean, plunged into the ocean. And it is said that exactly at that time when the whole Lanka was set on fire, 49 different types of wind started blowing. Marut Ganas are 49. They are all different devatas. They are all different types of wind. Breeze and this and that. Varieties of winds are there. All of them started blowing as though it was a will of the Lord that Lanka should burn. So he put off fire by plunging into the ocean. Then he came in front of Sita Mata saying, oh mother, please give me some, what do you call, mark of identity which I can show to Bhagavan. So Sita Mata then removes that Chudamani and gives to him and asks him to narrate the story of Jayant. Hanumanji takes leave of mother, seeks her blessings, returns and gives a roar before he leaps from the other side. Then what happened? All those pregnant Rakshasis, they had miscarriage. So much terrified they were, scared they were of this monkey. That was the kind of impression he had created. story continues. So now Hanumanji reaches this shore. Successfully foreign returned Hanuman. So everybody was looking at the face of Hanumanji. Because many times when you see the face and you know whether the mission accomplished or not. Just like when the child comes from school, report card day. I don't know what is American this thing and all. In India, once upon a time it used to. That day the report card comes. So mother, just by looking at the face of the child, understands whether the marks are good or bad. So in the same way, all of these monkeys stared at the face of Hanuman. And Hanumanji's face was beaming with joy, which indicated that the mission was successful. Everybody gathered around Hanumanji. What happened? What happened? So the condition of these monkeys were, it is said, like fish into water. They were fish out of water. Because the warning given by Sugriva was, if you don't find the whereabouts of Sita Mata, come back empty-handed, I will kill you. So therefore, literally it was second birth for all these monkeys. They gathered around, wanting to know what happened. Finally, all of them while returning, they saw this Madhuvana. Madhuvana is a special garden of Sugriva. Just like Ashoka Vatika was for Ravana, Madhuvana was for Sugriva. Gods were there, fruits were there. So all of them looked at Angada. Angada was the leader. Angada said, yes, you can enter. So all of them entered into Madhuvana. The gods tried to prevent them. They pushed aside all these gods. And these gods, they were only few. There was a huge army. All of them ran and complained to Sugriva that these monkeys are destroying your Madhuvana. And when Sugriva heard this, he was very happy. Because he understood, they don't dare to enter that Madhuvana unless they were successful. So that was an indication that they were successful. Sugriva was very happy. So these monkeys, they had their fill in Madhuvana and then came to Sugriva. And all of them now go to Bhagavan. So Bhagavan was seated on a crystal rock along with his brother Lakshmana. All of them came prostrated to Bhagavan. And it was Jambavan who said, Bhagavan, by your grace and blessings, everything was successful. What Hanumanji did, even with thousands of mouths, we cannot describe. So then, Bhagavan looked at Hanuman and asked, Hanuman, tell me, how is Sita keeping herself alive? This was the question asked. How is she keeping herself alive? So now there is a metaphor. First I will explain that metaphor. Okay. So here is a person who is inside the room. And you close the door, latch it and lock it. And there are two guards also. Can this person escape this room? Go out of this room? Number one, door is locked. Door is closed. Number two, there is a lock. And number three, guards are also there. First understand this metaphor. In the same way, this person inside the room is the prana of Sita Mata. Life inside the body. So what is the room? The physical body. So Hanumanji is explaining how she is keeping her prana intact in the body. Prana is a person, physical body is a room. Okay? Her constant meditation upon Bhagavan's lotus feet is the closed door. Her eyes fixed upon her feet, that is a lock, because she has locked her eyes into her feet. And constant remembrance of Bhagavan's name, Rama, they are the two gods. Got it clear? Understood? Her constant chanting, Rama, 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 that Rama, they are the two gods. So Hanumanji says, Bhagavan, this is the way Sita Mata is keeping her prana intact in the body. Otherwise, this prana would have left long back. And so saying, Hanumanji gives that Chudapani. Bhagavan keeps it to his heart with, tear-filled eyes, understanding, imagining the condition of Sita Mata. And then Hanumanji gives a message given by Sita. So what is the message? O Lord, what is the mistake that I have done because of which you have abandoned me? Yes, there is one mistake I accept. The mistake is, the moment I got separated from you, my prana did not leave the body. Yes, this is my mistake. But Bhagavan, I cannot be blamed for that. Actually, this should have happened. The moment I was separated from you, I should have left the body. But I am not to be blamed for it. My eyes are to be blamed for it. How is that? No, there is another metaphor. What is the metaphor? Suppose there is a bag of cotton, a sack of cotton, and there is fire, and there is wind. What should happen to the bag of cotton? It should burn. But suppose there is constantly water dripping upon this bag of cotton, then will it burn? No. What is the comparison? The physical body is a bag of cotton. And what is the fire? Viraha Agni. The fire of the grief of separation. That is the fire. And what is the wind? Sighing. Sighing. This is the wind. The deep sighing because of sorrow. So in the presence of that wind, in the presence of that fire of the grief of separation, this body, this bag of cotton should have got burnt. But the eyes were longing to see your form, Bhagavan. So therefore these eyes did not want to get this body burnt. So it kept on shedding tears. And because of these tears, this body is still alive. Got it? So, oh Lord, so you cannot blame me. Why this life did not get separated when I was separated from you? It is all because of my eyes. Because it longed your vision. So then Hanumanji said, Bhagavan, her sorrow is unimaginable. Nimisha karunanidhi jahi kalapasamabhiti. Every nimisha, every moment, every second for her is like a kalpa. How much is one kalpa? 1000 Chaturyuga is called one kalpa. How much is one Chaturyuga? All the 4 yugas together. Satyuga, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. How much is Kali Yuga? 4,32,000 years. Into 2 is Dwapara. into 3 is Treta, into 4 is Satyuga. So totally, what Chaturyuga means, Satya plus Treta plus Dwapara plus Kali. It is 43,20,000 years. That is one kalpa. 1,000 kalpa means into 1,000. That equal to 1 second of Sita Mata. The point is this: whenever there is intense sorrow, you don't feel that the time is moving. This is called the theory of relativity. See, when you are very much happy, time flies, correct? When there is joy, you just don't know how the time flies. Just the opposite is when there is sorrow. That is why when the class is boring, you shake your watch as though the time is stuck. So the point is this: the more the sorrow, you feel as though this time has become stagnant, it is not moving. So now you can imagine the sorrow of Sita Mata. Every second for her was like one kalpa. So, oh Bhagavan, quickly we should go and put an end to this sorrow of Sita Mata. Now, of course, when Bhagavan hears this, his eyes become filled with tears. And then Bhagavan statement. $1 million statement. What is that statement? Bachana kaya man mama gati jahi sabne bhujiya vipata kitahi. Hanuman, is it possible, even in sapna, even in dream, that a person is miserable? The one who has completely offered himself, vachana kaya mana, thought, word and deed, a person who has surrendered to me, is it ever possible that that person can ever be miserable? Understood? It's impossible. Anyone whose mind is upon me, totally surrendered to me, it is impossible that that person will be going through any kind of sorrow. Yes, I can spend 1 hour on this. This is the secret of spirituality, essence of spirituality. How to win our sorrow? Here it is. If your mind is meditating upon Bhagavan, what is the nature of Bhagavan? Ananda Swarupa, isn't it? Satchit Anand. So when mind is meditating upon Ananda Swarupa Bhagavan, which is one's own self, what will be the experience of the mind? Ananda or Dukkha? Ananda. That person may be in hell amidst all unconducive environment. It doesn't matter. The question is, where is your mind? If it is in Bhagavan, that mind has to experience infinite bliss. Why is it that we don't experience that bliss? Because the mind is not in Bhagavan. Where is it then? It is upon some pain. When you meditate upon pain, mind suffers. When mind meditate upon God, it is blissful. It is a great truth about life. And this is how you find all the Mahatmas, they go through such tortures, but they are blissful. Arjati, Haridas, so many stories are there. I am not going to get into it. They were tortured to death, but they were blissfully chanting Bhagavan's name. Why? Mind was not in the body at all. The people who were torturing them, they were torturing the physical body. But where was their mind? Not upon the body, but upon the Arjan Dev was saying, he was tortured and killed by the Mughals. He said, Bhagavan, your name is the sweetest thing in this world. He was made to sit on a red hot iron sheet. He was made to sit inside a vessel, boiling water. Or that hot sand was put upon him. Here is this man, blissfully chanting Bhagavan's name. Others were amazed. How is this man still blissful? Haridas was beaten with, that whip in 25 different marketplaces, 100 whips. A person cannot even withstand 25 whips. By that time he is dead. Here is a man, 25 different marketplaces, hundreds of whips. Think. This seems to be impossible, but it is not. It's a great truth. If your mind is in Bhagavan, your experience will be the property of Bhagavan. What is the property of Bhagavan? He is Ananda Swarupa. Wherever the mind is, mind will experience the property of that thing. And that is why when you mechanically chant Bhagavan's name, there is no joy. Mechanical chanting means what? As Kabir says, tongue is rolling, beads are rolling, and mind is also rolling. Then you blame japa. What is the use? Bhagavan's name is useless. Bhagavan's name is not useless. When you are chanting Bhagavan's name, is your conscious mind involved or the mechanical mind involved? Where your conscious mind is, there you are. Not where your mechanical mind is. We chant Bhagavan's name, but we are constantly worrying about the future. Then there will not be any peace. Just listen to that Bhagavan's name. That itself will bring peace. Try it. That's why that Japamala is used to chant, listen. Have you listened? Rotate. Chant, listen. Have you listened? Rotate. Chant, listen. Have you listened? No, don't rotate. And when this stops, it's a physical movement. It alerts you. Oh, something has happened here. Oh, problem is not here. Problem is here. It went away somewhere. That's why, physical japa has a purpose. So, this statement is amazing statement for all. Hanuman, is it ever possible that somebody who has surrendered unto me, thought, word and deed, even in his dream, that person cannot suffer? At that time, Hanuman says, yes, Bhagavan, you are absolutely right. For a devotee, greatest tragedy is not the external tragedy. Greatest tragedy is forgetting Bhagavan. Kaha Hanumant Bibati Prabhu Soi Jab Tava Sumirana Bhajanana Hoi. So what is a tragedy for a devotee? Not this worldly tragedy. Real tragedy is when I am not able to think of the Lord. When I am not able to connect to the Lord. Bhagavan, and this is exactly what is happening there. That Ravana is troubling her so much. Every time distraction comes. Sumiran and Bhajan is not possible there. Smaran and Bhajan. So Bhagavan, why unnecessarily delay? Bhagavan, your arrows are so powerful. They are nowhere compared to your strength. Now that we know, let us all go and put an end to Sita Mata's misery. And now Bhagavan's heart becomes filled with gratitude towards Hanumanji. This is a very touching portion. Now Bhagavan is looking at Hanumanji with eyes filled with tears of gratitude. Hanuman, सुनो कभी तो ही समान उपकारी नहीं को सुर नर मुनि तनु धाय. Hanuman, I can tell you one thing. In this whole world, there is nobody like you who has done so much for me. Whether it is Danavas, whether it is, Devatas, whether it is Rishimuni, anyone, nobody like you. The amount of thing which you have done for me, Hanuman, to such an extent that I am not even able to stand in front of you. I am not even able to look at you. That burden of debt is so much. I am so indebted to you. I don't know whether I will ever be able to come out of this debt. So much you have done. And Bhagavan is looking at Hanuman with tears of gratitude. And now what did Hanuman do? See, it's not an ordinary being who is grateful to you. He is the Lord of the universe. You know what Hanumanji did? Suni Prabhu Bachana Biloki Mukha Gata Harashi Hanuman. Hanuman was first of all extremely happy that Bhagavan is happy with his seva. But immediately what did he do? Charana Paryo Prema Kula Trahi Bhagavan. He just went and fell at the feet of the Lord. And you know what he said? Bhagavan Trahi. Protect me, save me. Why did he say so? Why did he say so? You see, when a Tom, Dick and a Harry praises you, you don't care. But when somebody whom you love and respect, he is praising you, what happens? You take it seriously. And somewhere the ego also is waiting to take that credit. Isn't it? When Bhagavan himself is praising, most dangerous thing, and this is the greatest test of Hanuman. If there was a slightest trace of ego, he would have felt, yes, Bhagavan himself is praising. Definitely I must be a great man. See Hanuman here. In fact, this was the greatest test by Bhagavan. Hanuman was being tested by Bhagavan. What is his attitude? And Hanumanji comes out with flying colors. He just falls at the feet and says, Bhagavan, save me. Save me from what? Save me from my own ego. What else? Just fell at the feet of Bhagavan. And now Bhagavan is trying to lift him. He will not lift. He is holding on to the feet of Bhagavan. Finally, Bhagavan places his lotus hands on his head, blesses him, lifts him, hugs him, makes him sit next to him. Now this is of great spiritual symbolism. What was the attitude of Hanumanji? Dasoham was the attitude. Not Soham, Dasoham. So in spirituality also, this is how we must approach God. Bhagavan, I am a nobody. I am a dasa. The first step in spirituality is not Aham Brahmasmi. What is the first step? Aham Shunyosmi. I am a nobody, I am a Shunya. This is what Hanumanji falling at the feet of Bhagavan. Then Bhagavan does the other thing. What? He lifts, hugs and makes him sit next. That is called Soha. We are one. That comes out of Bhagavan's grace. So there is something called effort of the sadhaka and there is something called grace of the Lord. Two are two different things. Our effort is not to know Soham. Our effort is in Dasoham. Bhagavan's grace comes as Soham. Tesham satadayuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamapayanti. Those people who worship me, surrender to me. I give them knowledge. That I give them knowledge is what is called as Soha. Teshami vanukampartham mahamajnanajam tamah nashyami atmabhavastaha jnanadipena bhasuta. I light the lamp of knowledge and remove the darkness of ignorance in their heart. So what is our job? Where is our self-effort? In becoming a nobody, in effacing this ego. Self-effacement is our effort. Making us realize the self, it is His grace. Exactly like going to sleep. You can't forcefully go into sleep. 10 o'clock I am going to sleep. You can't. You can only lie down. But yes, you can qualify yourself for sleep. How? Exhaustion, tiredness, work hard and then lie down. That is self-effort. But you can't command sleep. You can only invoke. And when it comes, you are gone. Bhagavan's grace is also like that. Okay. So now Hanumanji is made to sit next to him. And then Bhagavan asked, tell me Hanuman, how did you do this? Crossing the ocean, burning the Lanka. Oh. Hanumanji is very, very clear. What did he say? Bhagavan, I am a Shakha Mriga. The only thing I know is to jump from one branch to another. Bhagavan, everything happened because of your grace. That's it. 100% your grace, 0% credit for me. Very clear. Bhagavan, what is not possible by your grace? Everything what happened. And it was not that some lip service. Generally we also go, it's all by Bhagavan's grace. But deep down I know, I only did everything. It was not like that. You remember so many instances where Hanumanji was stuck. He did not know what to do. Where Sita Mata was, he did not know. Then he found the palace of Vibhishana. Isn't it? So many places. He was about the tree, not knowing how to communicate with Sita Mata. So all that nimitta happened. So Hanumanji was not just telling that. He truly meant what he said. And then Hanumanji said, Bhagavan, you said that, what can I give you? No, there is something which you can give me. What is that? Nath bhagati ati sukhadayini dehu kripa kari anapayini. There is something which you can bless. What is that? Anapayini sukhadayini bhakti. Give me that. Devotion. Unwavering, single-pointed devotion at your lotus feet, Bhagavan. Give me that. He had got this blessing from somebody else also. Was that? Sita Mata. So, double assurance, And Bhagavan blesses him. Evavastu. And all the monkeys were there. They said, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Everybody was happy. They were not jealous. You got it, we did not. No. All of them celebrated. So it is said here, there is a falashruti for this. Anyone who listens to this particular episode, they will also get this kind of devotion, provided you listen with this faith. Okay. Now, everything is clear. What should be done now? So then it was said, why should we delay? Now let us all proceed towards the ocean shore to cross over. So this decision was taken. All the commanders of the monkeys and the bears, they all came. All of them came to seek the blessings of Bhagavan. They were all in full spirits. But Bhagavan knew that these monkeys, who are the food for Rakshasas, can you imagine? These monkeys, if they go and fight with Danavas, they are nowhere. Bhagavan knew that. They were available, but they are not capable. What did Bhagavan do? He just looked at them. What? Kataksha drishti. And it is said, just by that look, those monkeys became so powerful. Each one became like a mountain which could fly. That was the kind of strength which Bhagavan infused into them just by his gracious look. This portion is also very touching. A person who surrenders unto God, it is Bhagavan's responsibility to see that we fulfill our responsibilities successfully. He gives us the strength, the courage, knowledge, resources, whatever. He empowers us. So Bhagavan, by his look, strengthens all of them. And they became literally like flying mountains. Very strong. They could uproot hillocks and trees. That was the kind of strength infused by the Lord. Just by that look. And thus, all of them gather near the seashore. Now the camera turns to Lanka. And in Tulsi Ramayana, wherever Bhagavan is, Tulsidas is there. So he says, here. Here means what? Where Bhagavan is. There means what? Where Bhagavan is not. That means I am not there. There, it is somewhere far. There are huge commentaries written on Tulsi Ramayana, do you know? Every word, there are some saints where every word is taken and said that this is the right word in this place. Huge commentaries are written. Volumes and volumes, line by line, word by word they have analyzed. In Gita Press Gorakhpur you will get those books. So that is when you come to know, my God, this may appear to be very... Tulsidas Ji was blessed by so many gods and goddesses when he was writing this. All those stories are there. So he was just an instrument and Bhagavan himself was writing through him. Okay, so now there the camera turns to Lanka. So what was happening in Lanka after Hanumanji left the place? Everywhere there was only one talk. Silently they were discussing this with their family members. Outside, nobody was telling anything. If one Duta can do this, what will happen if the master himself comes? This was a secret discussion happening in every home. And so Mandodari had her spies, her female spies, she had sent everywhere. So those spies came and said, Amma, this is the talk of the town. Everybody is scared, but nobody is telling it loudly, that's all. So then Mandodari, she goes to Ravana when he was alone. She falls at the feet of Ravana and said, Oh Lord, please do this favor. Return that lady. She is like the frosty night for the forest lotus of demons. Suppose there is a forest of lotus. So it is said that when that frost comes, frosty night, all the lotus, they are spoiled. So this Sita is like that. She will destroy your entire race. So please return her. This is my request. If you have a little love for me, please do this. She was pleading to him. But did this fellow listen? No, he laughed. He said, ha, ha, ha. He embraced her also. These women are all like this only. Something auspicious is going to happen. All the monkeys are going to come and the monkeys are the food for the Danavas. It's a feast. It's something to celebrate. Food is coming just like that. You know, our demons, they need not search for food now. Such an auspicious thing is happening and you are crying. So he hugged her. expressed his love, and then he goes to a court. So in the court, all those ministers are seated. So Ravana asked, okay, now tell me, what is the latest news? So the spies there, they came and said, oh Lord, the army of Rama has already gathered near the seashore. What should be done? So all these ministers, they said, oh Lord, nothing need to be done. You are the conqueror of Devatas. These are mere monkeys and human beings. What can they do? Mast mein raho. Aram se raho. Nothing need to be done. Relax. Actually, they were all scared with him. But nobody had the courage to tell the truth. So now here a statement is made. Sachiv Veda Guru Teeni Jo Priya Bolahi Bhaya As. If these three people, they start talking lie out of fear, out of hope, etc. Who are the three? Sachiv, minister, Vaid, physician, Guru. These three people, if they start talking, if they start lying, not telling the truth, what will happen? If the minister tells lie, then you will lose your kingdom. If the physician start telling lie to you, then you will lose your health, life. If Guru start telling lie to you out of fear, out of some desire, etc., then you will lose all your punya, your spiritual evolution. And this is exactly what was happening. The ministers were telling lie to you, misleading you. So it was at this time Vibhishana enters. So then Ravana asked Vibhishana, okay, Vibhishana, what is your opinion? Tell me, what do you think? They all have come there. What is your opinion? Vibhishana was very clear. He tells the truth as it is. Oh Lord, any person who wants his welfare and well-being, he should get rid of these four. What are they? Kama, Krodha, Mada, Lobha. Any person who wants his welfare and well-being, he must get rid of these four vices. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada. And unfortunately, in your case, you are a slave of all this. Openly tells you. Actually, this teaching comes from Bhagavad Gita again. Trividham narakasyedam dwaram nachanam atmanah kama krodhastatha lobha tasmade tatrayam tyajet. There are three doorways to hell. What are they? Kama, Krodha, Lobha. So therefore, a person should get rid of these. So here one more is added. Mada is also added. Arrogance. Kama, lust. Krodha, anger. Mada, arrogance, pride. Lobha, greed. Oh Lord, they are all the doorways to hell. So give up all this. Surrender unto Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji. And then he tells him who actually this Ramchandra Ji is. Tata Rama nahi nar bhupala Bhuvaneshwar kala ukar kala Brahma anamaya aja bhagavanta Vyapak ajit anadi ananta Godvijadhenu deva hitakari Krupa sindhu manushatanu dhari Janaranjana bhanjana kalabrata Veda dharma rakshaka sunu brata ताहि बयरुत जिनाय माता प्रणतारति भंजन रघुनाथ देहुनाथ प्रभु कहु वैदेही भजहु राम बिनु हेतु सनेही शरण गए प्रभु ताहु न त्याग विश्वद्रोह कृत अखजेहि लाग जासु नाम त्रयतापन सावन सोई प्रभु प्रगट समझु जियरावन बार बार पद लागऊं विनय करऊं दस शीस परिहरि मान मोह मद भजहु कोसलाधीश सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. This is the beat has to be chanted. So at least one portion I should chant. Lot of people do Parayan. They do this. If you can't do the entire Tulsi Ramayana, at least you can do Sundara Kanda Parayan. That is very, very popular, especially among North Indians, etc. So it can be done. Sundara Kanda Parayan. Okay. So what is said here? Who is this Lord? Oh, Tant, oh dear brother. Ram nahi Narabhupala. He is not an ordinary human being, an ordinary king. No. Bhuvaneshwar, the Lord of this universe. Kala Ukara Kala. He is the death of even Lord Death. Brahman, Anama, he is imperishable Brahman. Ajar, unborn. Bhagavata, the Supreme Lord. Vyapaka, all pervading. Now these are all the terms from Upanishads. So how beautifully the message of the Upanishads is incorporated into the story. This is what you have to see. How that knowledge of the Upanishad is taken to the common man, to the layman. Vyapaka, Ajit, unconquerable. Anadi, beginningless. Ananta, endless. Godvija Dhenu Deva Hitkari, who was born for the welfare of the Devatas, for the earth, for the cows. Kripa Sindhu, ocean of compassion. Manusha Tanudhari, the infinite Lord who has taken a human form, is avatar. Janaranjana Bhanjana Kalabhata, to protect the virtuous and punish the wicked. Veda Dharma Rachaka Sunubhrata, oh dear brother, listen. The Lord takes avatar in order to protect the Vedas, the Veda Dharma, that righteous living pointed out by the Vedas. That is the purpose. Tahi Bhayarutaji Naiya Mata, bow down to that Lord, give up this hostility. Pranatarati Bhanjana Raghunatha, anyone who surrenders to Bhagavan, all the sorrows he will take away. Dehunath Prabhu Kahu Vaidehi, please return Sita Mata back. Bhajahu Rama Binu Hetu Sanehi, that Lord is of unconditional love. Worship him. This is what you have to do. Sarana Gaye Prabhu Tahu Natyaga Viswadroha Krita Agajahi Laga. Even a person might have committed sin against the entire world, the greatest of sins, even then, if they surrender to Bhagavan, he will never forsake you. That is the nature of Bhagavan. He will forgive you. Jasu Namatraya Tapana Savar, his name itself. Tapatraya will be destroyed. Adhyatmika, Adivautika, Adidevika, Tapa, affliction, suffering, sorrows, everything will come to an end. Chant his name. Again and again I fall at your feet, oh dear brother. Bar Madalagam. With all humility, I request you. Sincerely I request you. Give up this mana, moha, mother, arrogance, pride. Surrender to the Lord, worship him. brother, this message which I have told you, it is not my message. It has come from Pulasthya Rishi, your grandfather. He has sent this message for you. His Shishyas have come, and this is the message Pulasthya Rishi has given. And this is exactly my sincere, loving, request also is. And there in that Sabha, Malyavant was seated. Malyavant is Ravana's mother's brother, uncle. When he heard these words of Vibhishana, he just got up and he was so happy. Somebody is there in the court who will just tell the truth as it is. He was so happy and he said, "Oh Ravana, this Vibhishana is Niti Vibhushana. Is an ornament of wisdom. Please listen to him. What he is saying is the right way." Malyavan stood and spoke these words. So what was Ravana's reaction? Wow! He burst out in anger. Who is there? All these fellows, throw! Malyavant understood. No use. He just walked away. Nobody need to throw me out. I myself will walk away. But Vibhishana was not. He said, "No, I must protect my brother, whatever it may be." That is the greatness of Vibhishana. Again he continues. "Oh dear brother, Sumati Kumati Sabke Urarari Nath Puran Nigama Asakari." Sumati and Kumati, in all of us we have good thoughts and bad thoughts. Virtues are there, vices are there, everything is there. But Jahan Sumati, Tahan Sampati Nana, those people who listen to their good thoughts, only implement that and get rid of their bad thoughts. It's not that somebody is 100% good. No, good and bad is there in everyone's heart. But whether to give an expression to it or not, that is our choice. So bad thoughts are there, don't give expression, let it remain there. Good thoughts are there, give expression through words, deeds. So those people who implement their good thoughts, Taha Sampati Nana, there is prosperity, plenty, peace, harmony, welfare, well-being, everything is there. But those people who give expression to their bad thoughts, Kumati, Taha Vipati Nidana, are all tragedies, calamities, sorrow. So, oh dear brother, you are giving expression to all these negative tendencies. Whatever you are doing, it is, this Sita, she is like the night of deluge. And your infatuation for this, infatuation for Sita Mata is like that pralaya for the race of demons. So I fall at your feet. I request you again and again, if you have even a little bit of love for me, please listen to my words. Return Sita Mata back. And then surrender to Bhagavan's feet. Ravana was no more to listen, and his anger only grew with it. He became so angry. He said, "Traitor, you stay with me, eat food here, and you are glorifying my enemy? How dare you do this?" And he just kicked Vibhishana. Again and again he kicked. "Get out of here." What was Vibhishana's reaction? He again fell at the feet of Ravana. "Tuma pitu sari so bhalai mohimara." Oh brother, you have all the right to kick me because you are like my father. You have all the right. But even then I am saying, please turn to Bhagavan. Ram bhaje hitnath, this is the only thing which is good for you. Here alone lies your welfare. And here, actually the whole Tulsi Ramayana is narrated by Lord Shiva to Parvati. So at this time, Shiva says, "Oh Ma, Parvati, this is the indication of a saintly person. Uma Sant kai ihai badai, this Mand karat jo kare bhalai. Even for the return, he returns good for the evil. This is the true sign of a saintly man. And this is what we see here. Vibhishana was again falling at the feet of Ravana. But anyway, he understood that Ravana is no more to listen. So now, Vibhishana, he had two more ministers, both of them. They step aside and say, "Oh Lord, I have told what I am supposed to do. I have tried my best. You are not anymore to listen. Now listen, I am leaving. I am going to surrender at the feet of the Lord. I have tried my best. I can't do further. So I am leaving. Tomorrow don't tell that, I cheated you. No, I am telling you." And thus, Vibhishana also went, and along with him, two other ministers also. They decided to leave. And it is said here, the moment Vibhishana left Lanka, whatever little auspiciousness was there in Lanka became devoid of that. It was this man who was keeping that Lanka actually alive. So that little bit of whatever auspiciousness was that also went away. And now Vibhishana is going to surrender unto Bhagavan. And now, what was Vibhishana's state of mind now? So maybe when he was flying across the ocean, his thoughts are described here. Now he's full of joy. My God, I am going to meet the Lord of the universe. That Lord who is the joy giver to anyone who surrenders unto him, to all the devotees. That Lord whose holy feet freed Ahalya, Rishipatni, of all sins. And she came back from that stone, that feet, the very touch of it purified that Rishipatni, Ahalya. That feet. So he's meditating about that lotus feet of the Lord. Those lotus feet who purified the entire Dandaka forest. That lotus feet which Janaki Mata, Sita Mata is always meditating upon her heart. Those lotus feet which ran behind that golden deer. Those lotus feet who are like a pair of lotus upon the lake of Lord Shiva's heart. It's said that Lord Shiva always meditate upon the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra. So in that heart lake of Shiva, this pair of lotus is there. They are poetic. That lotus feet, whose padukas Bharata is worshipping day and night. Those lotus feet, I am going to have darshan. Oh my God. So it was full of excitement, joy. So finally, with all these thoughts in mind, he reaches the other shore. So naturally they saw Vibhishana coming along with ministers. All the monkeys, they stopped. "Hey, who are you?" They caught him. "I am Ravana's brother." He was kept aside. A message was sent to Bhagavan. "Bhagavan, Ravana's brother has come. What should be done?" Enemy's brother. So Bhagavan asked Sugriva, "Sugriva, what do you think? What should be done?" Sugriva said, "Oh Lord, he is an enemy fellow. He should be tied down. We don't know. Maybe he has come to, these Rakshasas, you can't trust them. They must have come to get all the secret information. So therefore, we should imprison him." Bhagavan said, "Yes, dear friend, what you are saying is right from your standpoint, but I have taken a vow." What is that vow? "Mama pana sarana gata bhayahari." Anyone who surrenders unto me, I make that person fearless. I take that person into my fold. This is my promise. So Hanumanji was seated next to him. Hanumanji felt so happy because he was the only person who actually knows Vishnu. Suni Prabhu Bhajana Harsha Hanumana. He became very happy. Saranagata Vatsala Bhagavan. Bhagavan's name is Saranagata Vatsala. This is the name of Bhagavan. This is one of the sweetest names of Bhagavan. You know what is Vatsala? Vatsa means a calf. Have you seen when the calf is born from that mother cow? All these scenes you don't find in America. You have to go to Indian villages. The moment that child is born, that calf is born, oh my God, that calf is covered with one kind of, liquid. And this mother licks and licks and licks and cleans the child. Every touching scene actually. In villages and all, I have seen it many times. So in the same way, Bhagavan is Sharanagata Vatsala. A person who surrenders unto Bhagavan, Bhagavan's responsibility is to clean all the dirt. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Raga, Dvesha, Ahankara, Mamakara. Bhagavan does everything for his devotee. So therefore Bhagavan gets his name Sharanagata Vatsala. The one who has surrendered to him, Bhagavan cleans everything, does everything. So then Bhagavan's nature is described. Bhagavan says, a person may have killed crores of Brahmanas, holy men, but with repentance if he comes towards me, I will never forsake him. Sanmukh hoi jiva mohi javahi janma koti aghanasahita. The moment a person makes this decision in life to turn towards me, that very same moment, papas done in crores of birth, it is burnt. Just that decision of turning towards me. Sugriva, let me tell you one thing. Papavant kar sahaja subhavu bhajana mordai bhavana kao. You know the natural tendency of a sinful mind? The natural tendency of a sinful mind is it will find no interest in spirituality. That person will not feel like turning towards God. This is a sign of impurity of mind. Just like a rusted iron is never attracted towards a magnet, so too an impure mind is never attracted to God or God-related activities. And this is true. You will always find among devotees themselves, when the mind is sattvic, you feel like meditating, praying and all those things, spirituality. When the mind is rajasic and tamasic, you have no interest for spirituality. So these are all Maha Mantras for all the seekers. And that is why Bhagavan says, Nitya Sattvasto Bhava. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, Nitya Sattvasto Bhava. Always keep the mind in Sattva. And when the mind is sattvic, you love Bhagavan, you love to do meditation, prayer, study, listening, all these things happen when the mind is sattvic. You see, Papavantakara Sahaja Swabhava. Sinners, this is their natural tendency. What? They just don't like all this. So therefore, Sugriva, the very fact that he has come, if he were to be a Dushta Hridaya, a wicked person, you think he will come? Never. The very fact that he has come shows that he has spiritual tendency. Otherwise nobody will come like this. Nirmana manajana so mohi bhava mohi kapata chala chidrina bhava. I don't like deceit, crookedness, falsehood. A person who approaches me with a pure mind, he gains me. Not a person who is crooked and wicked. So now Sugriva, there are two options. Maybe, as you said, he has come to take the, secret, etc. In that case, what is the need to worry? Lakshmana is there. Single-handedly he can vanquish the entire demon race. Nothing to worry. Even if he has come with some bad intention, there is nothing to worry. But if he has come with true spirit of surrender and devotion, Bhagavan says, Rakhiyahu tahi pranakina, I will protect him like my own life. If he comes with the right spirit. Anyway, in any case, bring him in. So then what happens, we will see tomorrow. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Ramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Asato Ma Satgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah.